PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another long-awaited MJ Hierarchy Project video with Josh Dawson at Northeast Sports Cards. This is Tier 4, page 12. This is not the last, not the next to last, but the next to last of the tiers. And then you guys will have seen every single card in the MJ Hierarchy Project. Josh, welcome back to the show as always. What's happening?
I got kicked out of my area, so I'm in a new spot here. So.
Well, I like this spot the best because of the jerseys behind you. So, and then the mountain of wax it looks like over your right shoulder. I'm trying to catch a glance.
That's Legos.
Legos. I was like, damn.
Some wax with some Legos. I got more jerseys that go down that way.
I thought you were in Nat Turner's basement and it was just a bunch of 90s wax. I didn't know what it was. All right, look, man, here we are. We're back. We're in Tier 4 still. Obviously, that's all that we got left. We got 81 cards left that we haven't talked about. We're going to talk about 27 of those cards today. I've got them pulled up on your screen. We've got screen share open. We've got some obscure cards. We've got some cards that people are definitely going to recognize and be really familiar with. We've got a lot of cards that people are definitely going to own, and then some other cards that we're going to see today. Which I experienced this when I put the page together and I worked on the project, cards that I didn't know existed that now I know that I need that I do not have yet. And so these are going to be the types of cards, Josh, we were talking about this before we hit the record button, where you may not have them and I may not have them because we thought we would just wait around and get a PSA 10, but maybe it's not happening as easily as we thought. And so, you got to make that decision. Do you buy a PSA 8 placeholder? Do you buy a PSA 9? Do you buy BGS 9 or 9.5? Or do you wait around and collect the 10 that it is that you that's most highly sought after? So a lot of cool decisions to be made with some of these little cards where a PSA 8 could be a $12 card, but a PSA 10 could be a $5,000 card. It's weird, right?
And there's some big dogs in here, too, that are not so little.
There's some potential big dogs in here. I'm with you. Let's get cranking. Let's do it like we always do it. Let's just start from the top left with a card that you showed me. I did not know anything about this card. I had never seen this card. And then when I did see it, I didn't even realize it was die cut. So we're talking about the card in the top left of your screen. It's called the Statliners up here, where Jordan is being guarded by Ballard High School graduate, University of Tennessee volunteer, and New York Knicks legend Allen Houston. Josh, this Statliners card is a 1 in 160 pack odds, so not impossible to find, but tough to grade because it's die cut. Do you have it in hand?
Tough to grade. That's the catch. It's a little bit like cut above. Has the kind of a little bit of a saw type top, but it kind of goes in and out. Like if you look at Allen Houston's head here, it goes in the card.
Yeah.
And then it goes back out. So it's not just going down the whole way across. So yeah, a tough grade for sure. Back's dark, makes it harder as well. Nice picture of MJ there. So really like this card for 1 in 160. It's actually relatively easy to obtain, just not necessarily high grade.
I think I picked up a PSA 8 recently. And I know I did. By the way, we forgot to ask. Okay, so let me show you what I got. I am woefully inadequate on this page. But over the last 48 hours, I do have some more X's to add to this. So this is not quite accurate, but it's close enough. So I've got the white X's obviously are cards that I own in slabs, but it's not gem slabs. The cards in yellow are cards that I own in PSA 10 or BGS 9.5. So only 4 gems and only 10 non-gems. But I think this is off a little bit. I think I have added 2 more since this. So I'm about a little over half, something like that. So not too strong on this page. How about you, Josh? Talk to me. What do you got out of these 27?
I got 24. I'm missing 3 of these. Real tough card in the top row, number to 25, die cut, Aerodynamics. That's a monster card.
Yeah.
The Wild is a pretty base card, Wild in the top row. I'm missing that one just because, again, I thought I'd find it in a 10. And then I'm missing the Holo View, the Holo Gem. That I always thought I'd pick that up in a high grade, and they're not as frequent as you think.
That's a card we're going to look at. We're going to read some literature, Josh, when it comes to the pack odds on that card. I've already got it pulled up and I've already got it ready. Another one that we're going to have to read a little bit about are the Topps Gallery Players Private Issue. There's a little story behind those cards, which I'm going to share with the viewers and the listeners.
Sure.
That Aerodynamics card, it's funny because we're seeing a card where, I don't know we can look it up in Card Ladder. I got to believe, since it's serial number 25, a PSA 10 of that Aerodynamics card is probably a pretty valuable, pretty expensive card. But here it is in Tier 4. And the reason it's in Tier 4 is because I'm going to go out on a limb and guess. If we get, like we on these other videos, 1,000 to 1,500 people that watch this video, I am going to guess 90% of those people have never heard of that Aerodynamics card. And like we talk about all the time, the criteria, demand, scarcity, value, and what was the other one? Oh, aesthetics. Yeah. So that Aerodynamics card is just not on people's radar, but the value's there, especially in a high grade. And the scarcity is clearly there. It's serial number 25. That's crazy low for a 90s Jordan card,
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can get back to business. All right, let's go back to our good screen share here. And we've talked about the Statliners with Allen Houston and Michael Jordan. Let's talk about the next one. This one's got tough pack odds, Josh, and it's got a cool name. It's got a really cool name. Upper Deck Ionics Skyonics. And it is 1 in 1,325 pack odds. It's not die cut in any way, but it's almost like a SPX-ish looking window, in the middle of the card.
I actually really like the design of this card. Just the kind of the Batman kind of look coming down it. It's very refractor foil type. It has a holographic foil in the middle.
Just the middle,
Yeah, just the middle, which is kind of neat. But I actually really like this card. I think it looks good in, with the blue edges and everything. Back isn't that exciting. Just a picture of MJ, but it has that same, kind of curve around this side here.
Yeah.
So, I actually, it's just different than every other card. It doesn't have
I like the name Skyonics. I just think that's cool. It just sounds awesome. It sounds really cool, Skyonics. The next one's really cool too. It's the Upper Deck Aerodynamics, and this is the Quantum Gold, serial number 225. So this is What's that? Yeah, this one you can't share. This one is, if I'm not mistaken, it's die cut top left. It's die cut bottom right. Almost like sorry. Third card from the left, right here, kind of purplish with the gold foil stamp right there, saying Aerodynamics. I think it's die cut up here, and I think it's die cut down there, right?
It is. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
That is similar die cut to what's the Profiles card that I'm thinking of?
Profiles 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Which we saw in earlier tiers. Those were kind of die cut in a similar fashion, if I recall. Well, one of them was at least in a similar fashion.
Yeah, this is a tough card. I mean, specifically because it's the gold version, we're doing the one for all. It's number to 25. This card is a bit of a ghost. Yeah, it's really hard to find, and I'm quite positive very expensive in any grade.
There's not much else to talk about with this card. You don't have it. I don't have it. I don't know much about it. I know it's serial number to 25. If anybody has one, congrats. I want you to let us know in the comments for sure. One of those low, valuable, scarce aesthetics. Okay, I guess. By Jordan insert standards, it's probably a little bit lacking. He is wearing the black uniform, which is great. And that might or might not be Steve Smith behind him. We don't know. But demand is just not there because, there's probably a handful of people on earth that are actually hunting this card down right now. Maybe more after this video, but as of right now, maybe a handful. Next to that, we've got a card that we're both familiar with. We both own it. It's the Fleer End to End, and it is a 1 in 80. So obtainable. PSA 10 probably gets a little bit pricier, but this is a 1 in 80 packs from a relatively cheap pack, Josh.
Cheap product too. Yeah, it comes out of basic Fleer. It is very attainable. It is not hard to even grade, I don't think. I'll just show the end to end because it has a nice gold foil to it. The word end to end there. It's a nice gold foil, but nice picture, nice card. Not a high end card. Again, you can get this even in a high grade very inexpensively. Yeah. They're very, you can find them at almost any show. Raw. So they're not hard to find. It's a good looking card. And I just think it's it comes out of an inexpensive product, so it's quite obtainable.
I went the cheapo route. I've got the card. I like it. End to end is spelled backwards. Like end is spelled correctly, left to right, and then the other one is spelled right to left, and the letters are backwards, and you got the numeral 2 in between. If you're searching for this card, we talk about this all the time. Search tricks. Search 2 TO. Search 2 the number. What I personally would do if I was searching for this card, Josh, I would type in 1995 Fleer end Jordan and just deal with the extras that come across. If extras come across, filter through. You know what I mean? Throw a bigger cast net out there, and then you filter it out. The last thing you want to do is type in end, the number 2, end, and then you're missing. And then, you miss a PSA 10 that's out there for sale that's buy it now or whatever. So that's just me. That's how I do it. I throw a big cast net, and I do the work myself. Pretty cool card. I like the card. 20-player insert set from 1995 Fleer. All right, next on the list, we got the Upper Deck Holographics Hall of Fame Awesome, spelled AUSOME for those science buffs out there. AU is the symbol on the periodic table for gold. So as you can imagine, this card is going to feature some gold. It's 1 in 1,890 pack odds. We're in tier 4, and we're talking about some pretty serious pack odds right there. 1 in 1,890. Good looking card, Josh. Really, really good looking card. Looks really ultra modern-y to me personally.
Yeah, it's great for 1999. It's a great card. It's very, very much cracked ice before cracked ice.
Right? Yeah.
It's beautiful in hand. Have you held this one?
I have not, man.
All right, so check this out.
Oh yes.
Very much cracked ice feel to this. It's got beautiful color to it. Just shines like crazy. So this one's a beauty. This one's aesthetically, this is in a tier 2, right?
It's gonna fight. This one's gonna fight for, at the end of these videos, we like to ask, hey, which ones aesthetically stand out to you? This is gonna be battling for some recognition at the end of this thing.
Right. Yeah.
And tough pack odds. It comes from that, I don't know much about the holographics, and I see there's a couple of other variations of holographics cards. I just need to get educated, there's a lot of stuff out there to read up on when it comes to Jordan stuff from the 90s. This is one that I just need to read up on.
98 and 99 in particular, Upper Deck went crazy with Jordan. There are so many subsets in agreement in different sets that just feature Jordan. It's a whole rabbit hole.
They were hitting every manufacturer was hitting the cash register on Jordan's way out of the league, or what they thought was his way out of the league, at least for a temporary time period.
Yes.
Next, we got the Ultra Game Board. I like this card. I think this card is really cool. It's the Ultra Game Board number 7. It's 1 in 180 pack odds. It stands out because it looks like a freaking checkerboard. People will probably call it a checkerboard. Sometimes you'll even see checkerboard in the seller's listings on eBay. But it's theoretically called board game. I think I wrote game board. Did I write game board on here? It should be board game. What did I write? No, I wrote board game. Okay, cool. Yeah,
you just said it wrong.
I feel like it should be called game board. Why would it be called board game? I don't know.
No, you play board games.
You play board games, but you're looking at a game board in the background. I don't know. Let's comment below. Let's vote. What should it be called? Game board or board game? Obviously,
I think they got it right.
They probably put more thought into it than I have on this little video, but I like it. Just Jordan, and it's got a checkerboard behind him.
It's a very simple, like color matched, right? It's just it's a basic card, but it's nice because it is simple, and I like the fact that there's no borders.
Josh, I don't know anything about this insert set. Are the other players in their color matches, or are they black and red background as well?
I believe they're different colors. They're different colors. Yeah, we'll have to check real quick. But
let's go look. That's something we can do because what is it? Board game. Let's go see what happens. Boom, comes right up. Trading card database is great. It's all black and red. Every single player is black and red. It just so happens that black and red is a Bulls color match. So even Sean Kemp, right? We'll pull Sean Kemp up. There you go. Black and red.
There you go. Okay. I was definitely wrong at that.
Jason Kidd. Wow, that's a good looking Jason Kidd card. Jeez. Man, these are good looking cards, Josh.
Yeah, again, very simple, but I like the fact that it's borderless and it goes right to the edge.
Yeah, color match for Mutombo, color match for Olajuwon to some extent. Those board games are 1 in 180, so very attainable, definitely easy by Jordan standards. Next, we got we'll do 2 of them in a row. They have different pack odds. It's the Star Surge and the Wild. We've seen the Quantum, or maybe they're not called Quantum, but level 1 and the level 2, which are die cut, which are serial numbered. These are both the base. and they're both from the aforementioned 1999 Upper Deck where they went nuts. The Star Surge and the Wild. Let's pull it up. Here's the Star Surge right here. Here's the Wild right next to it. Like I said, these are not die cut. These are the base inserts. PSA 10 will cost you $200 or $300 if I recall. I think I just recently bought the Star Surge. I think I posted it on Instagram. I just picked up the Star Surge. I just picked up the Jamboree as well, which kind of falls into this family of 99 Upper Deck inserts. You know what I mean? Still looking for the Wild. I've got 2 history class at PSA right now getting graded. They'll probably come back 5s or 6s just because that's what happens when Brian submits cards to PSA. Do you ever submit cards to PSA still? Do you still send cards in for grading?
Of course. I just opened 140 card submission.
Oh, that's so exciting. I just got back 2 submissions in back-to-back days. Like literally it was when I got home from work, my wife had put it left in my bathroom sink, and then the next day same thing, left in my bathroom sink. I filmed one of the PSA grade reveal videos. I've got the other stack over here. I got to film it. It's pretty eclectic, interesting group of cards. There's a couple Jordans in there too, so it's always fun. But we've got the Star Surge, we've got the Wild. We'll include the history class in there too, Josh, right? Because that's 1999.
It belongs also, right? They all belong. They are all reflective. They're all shiny. They all have that reflective feel to it. I don't have the regular Wild. I have the Star Surge and the history class that are shiny and solid. The only one of the Wild I have is I actually have the level 1 or quantum one, but I do not have this one's die cut and numbered. I think we reviewed this earlier, so I don't have the solid. I'm missing the solid version of that, but they're good looking cards because they do shine so well, and they are the base versions as we talked about. So they both have parallels that are die cut, numbered to 100 and numbered to 25.
Those are cards, Josh. Like if you wanted to, you could go on eBay right now. And again, unless you demand, look, here you go, Josh. I got you covered, man. Don't you want to just go ahead and just drop the $9.99 and pick up the Wild PSA 10 base?
It's hard.
You might want to wait it out. You might want to wait that one out.
I might want to wait that one out.
Yeah. And that's something we never talk about. It's a Pop 34 in PSA 10. There's not a lot of them out there. And we know Jordan cards are running. We're watching it happen. We saw what happened last night in the PWCC Premier Auction. And you'll see it on a video that I put on my channel, I recap all the Premier auctions. Some crazy stuff happened last night. It's real interesting. And that wild card is a good-looking base card, man. And I still need it too. So
I don't want to insult anybody by the best offer. So
well, that's the thing. They're insulting us by putting $9.99 on there. So maybe we should insult them by putting, $175 or something. I don't know. It may be worth more than that. I don't know. We're not here to talk about numbers. But Star Surge, Wild, History Class, Pop, those are pack odds 345, 437, and 220. So the Wild is a little bit tougher, man. Pop 34 and PSA 10. It's not a big number. There's not a lot of them to go around, but I don't know if it's really 1,000. I would guess that it would be a little bit less than that, but I'd have to take a little more closer look. Next is the 97 Fleer Zone. It is a 1 in 540 pack odds from Series 2. Here it is on your screen over here on the left. I don't think I own this card. I can't share this card. You can.
You're going to love this one in person. You got to pick this one up. This one is really nice. It shines really well. Let me try to get the right angle on this. It just has a really nice reflective finish to it. It shines those little circles kind of pop out almost, and it's just really, really pretty in hand.
I like that little zone symbol up there in the top left. That's cool how it's just kind of in those concentric circles with the crosshairs and the O. Good looking card. Jordan's wearing the 11 Concords. That's never a bad thing. Fleer Zone, man. 1997 Fleer Zone. Cheap product, but pretty valuable card in a PSA 10. Next, we got this Dish and Swish. Yep. Next, we got the Dish and Swish, Josh. Am I crazy or are there more than one? We did another year Dish and Swish. One of them has Pippen, doesn't it?
Pippen and Jordan, yeah.
That's what I thought. And I think we did that already. I'm in the clouds because I don't remember what we have and haven't talked about because I'm talking about these cards every day. But I think we already did the Pippen Dish and Swish. This Dish and Swish is from 1997 Hoops, and it is 1 in 180 retail pack odds only. And that is what the 2D version of the card looks like. You're going to help us with the card in hand.
A little bit more metallic looking. No refractive finish to it, but almost looks like it comes out of metal.
It looks like it could be metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks like it comes out of metal. It has a very metallic finish to the front of it. I like the fact that it has almost a silhouette of himself in the background there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good looking. The back's not too exciting. But, you know, it's a little bit of a tougher grade with the dark borders. Again, they do chip because of the metallic type finish to this.
Rock the House. That's next, Josh. Rock the House. Tell me what you know about it. I actually have one of these at PSA as well. I picked it up real cheap. I figured I'd run it up the flagpole, see what happens. I've been picking up some of these lower tier 4 type cards in raw condition as place fillers until, you know, so I can have it in my collection, put white X's on my project, you know, my master project here, so I can keep tabs on what I do and don't have and what I do and don't need. And then as we kind of move forward, I'll try to upgrade those into the gem copies, whether it's BGS 9.5 or PSA 10s. But I've started to kind of concede in this battle of holding out for PSA 10s and BGS 9.5s. It's too slow, and I don't like to move slow. so I'm buying raw and grading them, or I'm buying the PSA 8s, and sometimes I'm buying the PSA 9s now. So tell me what you know about Rock the House.
Very metallic again. Has that, you know, feel of, it says, of course, Rock the House. It doesn't mean audio music. I think it means more like geology. It has, you know, all these rocks in the background. It's really cool. So it has a really cool, almost like depth to the card. So it looks like
same product from the Dish and Swish, the card that we just talked about, 97 hoops. The Dish and Swish was retail series 1. Rock the House is retail series 2. So these were cards you could pick up wherever you pick up retail stuff, like toy stores, bar stores, whatever, and pull these cards. Super valuable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're not terrible. I mean, again, they're easily available if you're just looking for a raw copy.
Yeah. It's sad because I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, as a basketball card collector, are there any insert cards that you could pull out of a retail blaster box at a Target or a Walmart that would have enduring, lasting meaning and value like these cards? Or is there just too damn many of them, man? You know, I don't know. I don't know.
The big pulls now are case hits, and they all come out of hobby.
They come out of hobby, man. You know, they come out of hobby. The autographs, the case hits. The golds, the colors, the parallels, you know, the retail parallels, you know, the majority of them are not numbered. You know, I'm thinking Prism, Basketball, Optic, Select, stuff like that. And there's a lot of them, you know.
And I think it's different for basketball because I think baseball does have some of those really rare retail-only inserts.
Oh, okay.
Instead of silver and gold, they might have a purple or something that's retail only.
Yeah. You know that stuff so much better than me.
But basketball is tough. Yeah,
I just don't know other sports.
And I honestly don't open a lot of basketball either anymore.
Well,
so
I was gonna say, you know, in the year, you know, all the way up to like maybe 2021, if I saw a Prism blaster basketball box on a shelf at a Walmart or a Target, I would dive on it. And if I saw one tomorrow, I would probably just walk right by it. I mean, if there's 20,000 silvers and silver is really what you're hoping to pull, it doesn't mean anything to me, man.
Yeah,
I wouldn't grab
every
a retail
Walmart and Target are stocked nowadays, and you know, there's nothing I'm really excited about going to chase.
It's crazy how much perception and education matters. I mean, nothing's really changed. They printed the hell out of it in 2021 too, but people didn't quite understand the severity or the quantity of how many silvers and greens and red, white, and blues were actually printed. I mean, it's a crazy number. Zion helped us understand that. Ja helped us understand it. Even Doncic in 2018 helped us understand it. It's only getting worse every year. So sad, sobering story about retail products now. May not have been that way back in 1997 when you were opening hoops. 97 Ultra Big Shots. This is a 1 in 60. So super easy card to pick up. I just picked this one up in a PSA 10, I think. Nope. I think I picked it up in a PSA 8. Let's see. I'll actually share one of my cards for once.
Yeah.
Where is my Big Shots? There it is. You know what, Josh? I'm almost positive I just bought this card in a PSA 10 and hadn't hit the vault yet. In fact, I'm almost certain I did. This is what the PSA 8 looks like, though. I like this card. I think it's really cool. I think if you don't look closely, you can miss the name Big Shots right here. It's kind of running in the netting, and it kind of runs onto the right side of his white home shorts right there. Obviously, he's kind of jumping through a two-dimensional bird's eye view of a basketball hoop and showing the rim.
It's a good looking card, and I'm just going to show it because it's embossed. So
what?
The whole rim is embossed. You see that?
It is.
That whole rim all the way around is sticking out if you can run your finger over it.
Yeah, I see it. You're doing a great job of showing that. I had no clue. So that's the life
really
of
Of course, it says big shots right here, as you said.
Yeah.
And that's refractive finish on the big shots. But my favorite part of this is the fact that it's embossed and the rim sticks out of the card.
Can you see that little red aura that's around his body on your? I can see it real easy on the 2D image. Look. There's like a red aura around his body on this 2D image.
I can see it in person. It's hard on camera, but there's like a red glow.
Yeah, it's almost like a glow, Josh. Yeah. Did you ever see, you're old like me, not quite as old, but old. Did you ever see that movie, The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy?
I just met the actor from it, actually.
Dude, shut up. You got to be kidding me. What are the odds that I pull up that movie?
Yeah, it's hysterical. I love that movie. It's a cult movie. It's kind of like Big Trouble in Little China or one of those, right? And I love, Show Enough.
Show enough. And The Last Dragon and Bruce Leroy. Y'all, if you're not old enough to know, go watch the cult classic. Go watch the movie, The Last Dragon. It's fantastic. It's a kung fu movie. It's really like a street version of a kung fu movie, like an urban kung fu movie, basically, is what it is.
Yes,
and the reason I brought it up is the kid, Bruce Leroy, he's got the glow. And so when he gets into his zone, his body starts to glow and he's got like super kung fu powers. It's definitely worth watching. I know it sounds corny as hell, but
it is corny, but it's
better than Ken and Barbie. I'll tell you that right now. It's worth watching.
No, it's terrific. It's terrific.
It's terrific. All right, next. All right, now we get to some confusing stuff, some stuff that needs explanation. I don't think you have this one in hand, correct? The 97.
I don't own this card.
Okay, let's talk about it. It's let me get it right. It's the 1997 Upper Deck Holo Jam #1, card #1 of the set. It's right there. We had a 93 Holo Jam that didn't really fit into the project. I think we took it out, Josh, because it was a set in and of itself. It was like a factory set of Holo Jam cards, which technically doesn't belong in the project.
That had the rainbow across the bottom with Holo
Jam. Yeah, gorgeous card, like beautiful Holo Jam, holographic hologram card.
Yep.
This one fits, but it's tricky as to why. I've got it pulled up right here. I'm going to read what we have here from Beckett, okay? Singles from this 20-card set were available in an Upper Deck repack at misspelled Walmart stores at the end of summer 1997. A single gold Holo Jam was issued, and you could see it from outside. You could see it in the packaging, which player it was, which makes me believe the Jordans got scooped up, along with 2 96 Collector's Choice Series 2 retail packs and 2 1996 Upper Deck Series 2 retail packs for a price of $9.97. So you'll see, let me go back to the pack odds. I've got a big question mark on here. I don't know what y'all want me to do here, right? Because it's one Holo Jam card per encasing, but the encasing contained 4 packs, but it was 2 packs of 2 different retail products. So it's definitely retail. I don't know if you want me to say 1 in 4 packs and there's 20 of them. So is it 1 in 80 packs? I don't know what you want me to say. Is it 1 in 1 retail combined pack? I don't know what to do here.
And you don't know how many packs there are, right? And I
don't know anything except how many are in the set. That's all I know. And Jordan's card #1, and it's good looking. Let's go back to it. Let's at least look at the card. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with the pack odds, or if I got something wrong there. But my understanding is you get one of these cards for purchasing 4 packs, but the packs are split 2 and 2 between 2 different retail products. So I personally, if I like when I do this poster and we do the pack odds, I would say this is 1 in 80 packs. I would say it's 1 in 80 because you got to buy 4 packs to get 1 Holo Jam, and there's 20 different Holo Jams, so 20 times 4 is 80. That's what I would do. Josh, your thoughts?
It's the only thing you can do.
I don't know what else to do.
I think it's the only option, right?
Let's say 1 in 80 with an asterisk.
It's a beautiful card in person. It's a hologram. It's really, really refractive. It's a beautiful card in person. I haven't seen it. See if you see a quick picture of it. But It's a beauty. I kind of thought I could hold off on a PSA 10 for that, and just never kind of came about.
I kind of wanted to take a quick peek, Josh, just to see, are we going to be able to find this? You know what? Let me take the S off.
Yeah.
I bet that's the key. Bam. Let's see what happens here, Josh. How many do you think there are PSA 10s? Holy crap. Two. There's been 40 graded ever. That makes me think they didn't put a lot of these retail packs out on the shelves. If it's 1 in 80 pack odds and there's only been 40 ever graded by PSA, it makes me think they didn't put very many of these repacks out at Walmart. But again, they said it only came in that one summer, and it was a repack of some chintzy products that normally, were very inexpensive. I mean, what were we talking about here? Collector's Choice Series 2, Upper Deck Series 2. So you're talking about some very inexpensive packs, $10.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't print very many of these, Josh.
Yeah. Had I known it was a Pop 2, I probably just would have been happy getting an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I might do that. We might need to do that before we make this video public. That's one of the perks of putting all this together and doing all the work. Clutch Time. Clutch Time is the next card. Another card that I'd never seen. You showed me this card. You said, hey, you got to put Clutch Time in there. I'm like, what's Clutch Time? And then you sent me a picture. 1997 Topps Clutch Time, 1 in 720, Series 2 hobby. So not an easy pull. This is the card we're talking about right here. 2D image has no chance. It does not stand a chance. You're going to show us a real good version.
Yeah, you can't even see the words Clutch Time at the top.
You can't even see the words Clutch Time. We got Hornacek. I can see Hornacek and Greg Ostertag, one of the worst bodies of any NBA player ever. But show us the card in hand, Josh.
So there it is.
Oh, it's so much better.
And you can see it's almost like lights at the top, right? It says Clutch Time. There's lights going down the sides. So really, again, metallic kind of finish to it. Looks like it's metal. Really nice looking card in person. It's tough to see on the 2D image. Back is not crazy exciting. Little silhouette of Jordan and then a picture of his face there. But yep. And then it's a nice looking card though. Very metallic, and like I said, I like the Clutch Time at the top. Again, you can't even see these yellow letters in the 2D.
I think that makes the card. The little dots running down is almost like the background in the Matrix movie. It's almost like he's in the Matrix, the blue Matrix, not the green one, the blue Matrix. Next, we got ultra famous nicknames. So going back to our early Jordan inserts in high grade, those things are running hot like a firecracker. And I posted, look, I went to the National. I picked up some really good cards at the National. The card that I got the most feedback on was the Fleer Team Leaders PSA 10, which is a boring looking card. I don't care what anybody says, but it's early and it evoked nostalgia in those older folks in their 40s and 50s like me and you. They were like, that's the card that I was always trying to pull from packs, and that's the cool, that's the card. And so that's just one of many early Jordan paper inserts in PSA 10. This ultra famous nicknames is another one right here, and they've got air printed on there. We're talking about 1 in 75 pack odds. Easy card to find. There's a PSA 10 right now, I'm pretty sure, in the PWCC Weekly, if anybody wants to notice it. By the way, if you're buying cards on PWCC, go into my YouTube description, go to the About, go down to the bottom, use my affiliate link. That's one way you can support the channel, and one way you can show appreciation for the Cajun Cardboard MJ Hierarchy project that Josh and I are working on, is by using that link, and use it forever. Use it for eternity. Use it for Cajun eternity. And that way, everything you buy helps support the Cajun Cardboard channel with no money coming out of your pocket. Sorry. All right, I'm done with that. There it is, Josh. Show us what you got. I've got this in a PSA 10. I know I can pull mine up.
Not the craziest card, but it is nostalgic, like you said. I mean, that's all it is. Yeah. It's something that I was opening packs in '93 of Ultra, so I remember this. The Scoring Kings came out of the same packs.
Yep,
and that's like the biggest insert from the 1993. It just says air and silver. I actually have most of all the players in this set. I picked up Shaq, Penny, all the all the nicknames. So I picked up all the key players. The big ones. It's not a big set, but I like this, and it's nostalgic, so I picked it up kind of for, and it's got this broken glass everywhere in the background. I mean, that's kind of the cool, look to it. So
look, I want to pull up, Josh, I'm pulling it up on PSA right now because I want to show people the players that were in there. Every player that's in there had a nickname, and one of the craziest nicknames is, and I'm going to ask you if you remember this, okay? You ready? It is a, let's see, 15-player set, okay? So we got Dominique Wilkins. What do they have on their knee? They can't fit human highlight film. What do they put on there?
No, Dominique. I don't remember.
I can't remember. I think for David Robinson, Admiral. For Shaq, they probably have Shaq, you know.
Shaq. Yep, they put Shaq.
It was
Dream.
before they started calling him Diesel. For Hakeem, they have Dream. For Alonzo, they have Zoe. For Harold Miner, they have Baby Jordan, I think.
Yes, they do.
Karl Malone is Mailman. I'm coming back to Kukoc because I'm going to test you. For Michael Jordan, they have Air, which some people think should say Air Jordan, but I like the fact that it only says Air. For Larry Johnson, do they have Grandmama?
I don't think they
LJ.
do.
They have LJ, don't they?
LJ. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Obviously, Penny, Clyde the Glide, Derek Coleman. DC? Maybe?
I don't know. I'm going to have to
look. Muggsy Bogues, and then Sir Charles, right? Do you know what Tony Kukoc's nickname is in that ultra famous nickname set?
It's an animal. It's an animal. It's like
it is an animal. You're half sort of. You're half right.
It's like Pink Panther or something. It's something Pink
Panther.
Yeah.
Which I've never in my entire life.
I was gonna say it's something Panther or something. I couldn't remember.
I've never heard Kukoc nickname the Pink Panther. But here he is. The one and only.
Okay, it is the Pink Panther. Okay.
Here he is, Panther. Pink Panther over there. Cool looking card, man. I would love if look, I'm always fighting that itch to go set collect the hell out of these 90s insert sets. That would be a great one to do. It'd be hard to do it in PSA 10. I think I just had it pulled up. Where am I? Yeah, look at these. Listen to these pops for PSA 10. 16, 5, 4, 6, 27, 5, Jordan 220, right? And that's why the card's, $4, $5, $6, $700. Yep. 7, 11, 5, 3, 12, 45 for Shaq, 11, and 4. That's tough, man. You almost have to do it the hard way, Josh. You're almost going to have to submit a bunch of raw and hope for the best and hope for some mercy, beg for mercy from PSA.
Here's Derek Coleman, just DC.
DC, yeah, DC. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, famous nicknames over. I've got one on here with coding. The Michael Jordan Veterans. I think it's called Veterans. What's it called? Finest Rookie/Veteran featuring the great Jason Caffey. It is 1 in 696 pack odds, and this is what the card looks like right here. Jordan on the front, Josh, because the card number appears on the back, I hope.
Yep.
Good.
Verify that's correct. Can't see the card number at all. And I know
essentially it's a card with a veteran on one side, a rookie on the other side. At the time, Jason Caffey was the rookie. Obviously, Jordan was the veteran.
Yep.
Not a long career for Jason Caffey.
It's definitely correct with Caffey on the back because it has all the stamping on the back. But and
copyright stuff and all that. Yeah,
all the copyright stuff. I'm trying to find the actual RV20 number. It's crazy. I can't even find it.
It might only say 20.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I have it with the coding as well. It's a really good looking card. Forget the back or anything else. That purple and pink together look great. Blue borders, really hard to find centered. There is a centering issue with these. There's Caffey on the back. It says, right up here, it says rookie.
Yeah.
You can tell the veteran rookie, but it's actually hard to find the card number on this one.
That doesn't say it in the top right on the back with Caffey up there in the top right?
You know what? I found it. Yeah, it's in the green and it's covered with
that's what I thought. Yeah, right there. It's in white on the green part. Yeah. That's a 1 in 696, Josh. That's a 1995 rookie. So I guess that's what? Jason Kidd and Grant Hill? Is that right? No. Or is that Kevin Garnett?
94 was Kidd.
Yeah, so that's KG, right?
Yeah. KG.
I wonder if he's 95. On one of those cards. I'd have to look. I don't know. Somebody may know in the comments. Comment below if KG's on one of these rookie veteran cards. Last card in row 2, Josh, the triple-double 3D standouts from Upper Deck. It's a hologram card. It's got a really long name, so let me read it out. 1993 Upper Deck triple-double 3D standouts. It is 1 in 300 pack odds in Series 1 Hobby. And then I've got letters next to it, jumbo. And what's the L stand for?
I'm sorry, for which?
Sorry, it's the 1993 Upper Deck Triple Double 3D standouts. Here's what the card looks like over here all the way to your right.
Yep.
But I've got on here for the pack odds, and trust me, we've researched these pack odds. 1 in 300 packs of Series 1 hobby for sure. But then I've got in parentheses jumbo. A J stands for jumbo, so it must be in jumbo packs as well. And I can't remember what the L stands for. Well, we got to help the people. Let's go help them. Yeah. Let's go help them. What year did we say? 93 Upper Deck Triple Double.
Retail hobby 1, 2, jumbo L.
Let's go figure it out, dude. We got to help the people here, man. I can't just leave them hanging. Let's see. Inserts and related sets.
Triple double,
3D standouts, jumbo and locker packs. L stands for locker. Okay, so this is where stuff gets complicated, man. I'm trying to explain this to people. So it's there's 10 players in the insert set, and they're 1 in 30 Series 1. So 30 times 10 is 300. But in hobby and retail. But then it's also in Series 1 jumbo and locker packs.
I just picked up.
Of course, you have a locker
pack.
I
just got it last weekend.
You've got it in your sock. He's got a locker pack right there on cue. That's what a locker pack looks like. That's 93, Josh?
Yeah.
So there's a chance you might have a triple double 3D standouts.
Yeah, look, it even has the refractive stuff on the upper deck there.
That's pretty cool, man.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are cool. Yeah, as a kid, I would buy the heck out of it.
$15. It's like, who cares, you know? For $15, I never had a locker pack, so I was like, oh.
You're leaving it sealed, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one sealed.
Yeah, I think I'd leave that one sealed.
You don't see them too often, you know. It's really cool. It has like the jersey hanging there and everything.
Yeah, well, they're adorable. Everybody wants to open the things, you know. Do you have this card to share?
I do. It's beautiful.
Okay,
it's beautiful. Let me see if I can get the right light on this one.
Jeez.
If I can, there we go. So you can see the colors: the white, the red jersey, the white jersey.
Yeah.
So it doesn't move or anything, but it's definitely a hologram. Really, really pretty in person.
It's really two separate hologram images. It looks like two squares.
Yeah. The white jersey and then the red jersey. You can see the red over there.
I like it.
Yeah. One's a pass, one's a dunk. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really a nice looking card. It's really doesn't do it justice on the camera. I mean, it's really pretty if you see there.
Yeah, that's a big time card. I like that card.
It's a nice picture of Jordan too.
93, early Jordan insert. 93 people.
Upper deck, plain upper deck too. I mean, just base upper deck.
In everything too, hobby, retail, jumbo, locker. You can find that card in damn near everything that Upper Deck throughout that year. Obviously, but the odds do change. I've got 1 in 300 Series 1 hobby. They change for retail, and they change for jumbo, and they change for locker. So y'all don't hold me to it. We only have limited space. I can't give pack odds for everything.
We're gonna have to put a key at the bottom to put L equals locker. You know,
we got to do something. Yeah, we have to do some kind of little footnote.
We even forgot what it was.
That's right. Feel like I'm back in law school with footnotes everywhere trying to substantiate where I got stuff. 1993 Fleer Sharpshooter, Josh. Bottom left over here. This is one I know I can share, and I can actually share it in gym conditions. So for once, I've got a good card. Yeah. That's what it looks like. I think it's great. I love this card. Yeah. The pack odds are easy, man. They are 1 in who the hell knows. So we looked it up everywhere, man. If anybody thinks they know the pack odds to Fleer Sharpshooter from 93 Fleer, please let us know. Everything we looked at was, Josh loves this. You've got it all quoted. Randomly inserted into packs or something.
Yeah.
That's like
random inserts.
Randomly inserted into packs of cards. That's as much as we can share with you. So you're on your own with this. I know one thing, it's not a rare insert, but it may be relatively rare in PSA 10. If you've got it, you can show it while I look it up.
I can just tell you one thing, that I opened a lot of this product in 1993 itself, and I had stacks of these. So that can tell you how easy they are to get.
Card is definitely not rare. I'm going to look it up.
I probably had 20 of these in a stack raw at one point, before grading was ever a thing, and when I just liked it. I do like the scribble in the background. That's what I really like. 3 years,
Josh. 3 years of Sharpshooters, 92, 93, and 94.
Yep.
This is the 93. And Jordan is card number 3. And there have been, just as PSA only, I've got it pulled up here on the screen, 891 have been graded by PSA, 139 PSA 10s. So by Jordan standards, even in PSA 10, not a rare card.
Yeah, so I just wish the scribbles didn't go onto his face because the scribbles go onto his chin.
They do go onto his chin, Josh. You're right.
Yeah. So I just wish they would have kept it off his face.
Damn, why? That's a major oversight. Like, it's weird, Josh. I just noticed that. That's something that I knew would bother you, but I just now noticed it. You just drew my attention to it. It's like a massive, massive oversight. I like the scribbles. I like how it fits aesthetically and artistically. I do not like the fact that it's over his lip and chin. I don't like it. All right, here, I got to do some explaining, okay?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, this is a big card, actually.
This is a big card, and guess who just picked it up in BGS 9.5? I finally got it. I got it. So I made a move and picked up the 9.5 because the PSA 10 is a tough one, man.
This is a tough one.
Let me find out where I have this damn thing. It's very complicated. Okay, this is the 95 Topps Gallery Players Private Issue. But a mistake was made by Topps, okay? And I'm going to read it, but I think what happened was there are 144 of these cards, Players Private Issue. And the plan was to print the cards and then send half of the printed cards to the players. That's why it was called Players Private Issue. So half the cards were supposed to go to the players. The other half were supposed to be distributed 1 in every 12 packs. But that's where the trouble began. So we assumed that the cards were shipped off to the players. In other words, if there's a Jordan card, half of his cards went to him. If there was Mookie Blaylock, half the cards went to him. You know, you get the point. The other half would come to us, normal, dregs of society minions. Here's the problem. Topps forgot to put cards 1 through 18 in any of the packs. And I don't know if anybody ever would have noticed this, except there's one problem. Jordan is card number 10. So he's one of those 18 cards. And so you've got these people, even back then, all over the world, trying to pull this Jordan Players Private Issue they keep hearing about, and they can't find it, and they're probably opening hundreds of boxes. And finally, somebody writes to Topps, hey, I think you screwed up. Hey, I think you screwed up. And when enough people made enough noise, I think Topps realized, yeah, we did screw up. So then they took those cards, the first 18 cards number 1 through 18. And again, just to reiterate, Jordan is card number 10. And they released those cards in – where did I go? They released those cards in 1996 Stadium Club. So I think theoretically, in my opinion, 95 Topps Gallery Players Private Issue is an insert set from 1996 Stadium Club as it pertains to Michael Jordan because he's card number 10. Does that sound right?
It's absolutely right. And it's not – listen, Topps has still forgot all the baseball rookies last year in their Chrome products. So
it happens, man. It happens.
Not much has changed, right? So
hey, it makes great stories, man. It makes great stories. But they just forgot to put 1 through 18 in there. Jordan's card number 10. So Jordan became an insert set. It's a 95 card, but it's in 1996, and it's not even in Topps. It's not even Topps Gallery either. It's in 1996 Stadium Club. So cool story there.
And nobody knows how many got shipped to Jordan.
Nobody knows how many got shipped to Jordan, and nobody knows how many are left. I wonder if I have this card. I have this card in a gym, but I don't know if I had it uploaded into my vault yet. I hope I do. I don't. I've got it marked because I knew I had it in transit, but it's actually probably in my vault now. Do you have it in hand?
I mean, it's just like a painting. It looks like a painting. It's a beautiful photograph of Jordan. I mean, one of my favorites. The private issue is refractive down here. The gold foil around the edges looks, it makes it look like a piece of artwork.
It's a great card, man.
It's a great card. Back is not very sexy. It's kind of plain.
In Topps Gallery, Josh, people are like, why in the hell is this goofy card in tier 4 if it's so damn important and so valuable? And again, I've got no pack odds in here because I don't think we have the answer to the pack odds, to be quite honest with you. I didn't want to guess. But it's a pretty dang rare card, as you know, and you can attest to. Yep. But again, Topps Gallery just didn't tickle people. You know what I mean? They just didn't seek it out. It's almost more valuable in hindsight. It wasn't a high-end product, was it, Josh?
No, Gallery was inexpensive, but this right here, it says private player issue. Mm-hmm. On the foil there, and at the top it says Masters here, the Masters.
Yeah.
So Yeah, like I said, looks like it's something that should be hanging on the wall. So it's a great card. It's
It does
a
look
tough
like a
card.
photo.
I know from when I got it, probably in 1998. It's always been a tough chase.
Next one's another card you had to tell me about. It's the Give and Take. It is the 1996 Ultra Give and Take 1 in 180 pack odds, Series 2 retail. It's right here next to the Player's Private issue, right in the middle, squeezed in between the net set. You're going to have to show this one in hand. This picture's terrible, man. It's just the best you can do with 2D images.
Good-looking card, metallic, gold and silver, split down the middle. It says Give and Take right there at the bottom. And again, it kind of gives the gold writing all the way across the bottom. Jordan's a little bit hard to read right up here, but that's where it says Jordan. The back is got a silhouette of the same shot in the background where he's holding the ball out like that. Mm-hmm. So it's got the kind of a background looking the same as the front, and it's a good looking card. And what were the pack odds in this?
I think I said 1 in 180. Let me look again. 1 in 180, Series 2 retail.
Not too hard to find. It is hard to find in a good grade.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of them just haven't been graded, but it's a great looking card for 96 Ultra. I mean, Ultra was a little bit higher end, but it was still really, really cheap to rip in 90.
Low end stuff, Josh. For the people that are new to 90s collecting, take them through some of the low end products. You've got your base skybox. You've got your base upper deck, your hoops, your tops, your collector's choice, your ultra.
Then you get to like finest, ultra, pristine. Pristine wasn't even until later. I'm sorry.
Finest, and then later in the 90s, your metal comes in, which wasn't crazy.
Metal, it's 97.
Metal. Yeah, you got Metal Universe. You got, Skybox Premium was supposed to be the first class version of Skybox.
Yeah, that wasn't even that crazy. I'm missing a lot of them. From Ultra was a good brand. It was just in 1986.
Great inserts.
$1 or $2 a pack. I mean, it was inexpensive.
I mean, Ultra rolls off the tongue because of Scoring Kings, I think, and famous nicknames. You got 3 years of Jordan Scoring Kings in Ultra. You got famous nicknames in Ultra. You got big shots in Ultra. There's some cool, affordable inserts in Ultra. I'm trying to think of what's some
Grail cards in Ultra too, right?
Name some Grail cards. I'm trying to think of some like high pack odds, like tough pack
Platinum portraits.
No, Platinum portraits
not portraits. The Platinum series.
Oh, Platinum Medallion, the parallels.
Medallion.
Of course. What am I thinking?
Medallion. Yeah.
Gold Medallion, tough too, but Platinum Medallion, crazy, right? Tier 2 stuff.
Star Power Supreme.
Yes, Star Power
Ultra abilities.
We've talked about all these. We've shown all the Ultra Ability Superstar.
Ultra Stars Gold, my favorite card.
Ultra Stars Gold. Ultra Stars Gold's the best Ultra card in existence. What am I thinking? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. And like I said, man, I'm going loony, man. I'm looking at too many Jordan cards. I'm forgetting what's what. But it's funny. You're right, man.
Ultra cards. I mean,
there are
again, back in 96, 97, even 98, those cards are just there were grails back then, but they were cheap to open those packs. People could rip boxes and boxes and boxes for $150.
Yeah.
So it was just inexpensive to open product at that time, and that's why I don't open a lot of product now, because for the price to open a box,
you're spoiled.
Your favorite player, whether it's Giannis or LeBron or whatever, you can go buy that same insert card on eBay.
That's right,
and you're guaranteed your player.
Josh, I posted on my channel. I was like, here's the problem. Here's why I don't open wax hardly at all unless somebody gives me a box or something, or at least maybe my strength wears down and I give in, is that the odds of you just breaking even on a box of Ultra Modern is, 5%, 1%, 7%? I don't know. I mean, can you do it? Yeah. Can you hit a lottery ticket card? Absolutely. But what are the odds that you will break even? They're not good. If people think it's 50-50, they are sorely mistaken. Like, it's the same people that think they can beat the casino. It's not happening.
Yeah. I'd rather, for the money, you'd rather pay $1,000 and get a box of 1997 something and take your shot.
Hell yeah. What if I pull a gold Brooke Lopez instead of, the gold that I actually want? I'd rather just go pay twice the price of the box for the gold card that I want. I would rather go get the Damian Lillard gold than get, Chris Middleton gold or Marjan Beauchamp gold or whatever. Get the card you want.
I still buy brand new inserts from Panini, and I just buy the players I want instead of and the case hits are a lot easier just to buy straight up than opening 5 boxes.
Is that some of that ultra modern inserts and stuff like that? Is that stuff that you send off to PSA? Is that some of the stuff that you've got in that big? Yeah, I like that. Yep. Do you think that there's any way that ultra modern inserts, the case hits, the stuff like that, like the kabooms, the blank slates, the color blast, do you think downtowns, do you think those will endure? Do you think those will grow in value? If you had to put your money on case hit inserts of, let's say, LeBron, or colored parallels of LeBron, not talking gold and black because that's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna do better long term?
I wish they would have numbered all those cards we talked about. Color blast and everything else. Kabooms. Obviously, there's a short print kaboom, but the green and the gold. But I think those cards have a chance, and I think when Panini goes away, they'll have more of a chance.
You think so?
Because when Panini's gone, there are no, unless that gets picked up, I don't think there's going to be kaboom. There's not going to be downtown. There's not going to be these insert names. Those sets are gone. And I think people will then that liked them will continue to want them.
Here's something funny, Josh. I hear people say this all the time. The value of Prism cards are going to go down now because Fanatics is coming in and there won't be any more Prism. And my response to them is, oh, really? There's 2 years of PMGs. Oh, really? There's only one Platinum Portraits that just, there's 2 that sold for $90,000. They stopped doing it. Oh, really? There's 2 Planet Metals and then they stopped doing it. It works. Topps Chrome, by the way, is not doing too bad, and they haven't made Topps Chrome in over a decade. You know what I'm saying? So for people that think, well, if they cut the product, it's not going to be valuable in the future, false. Like, we have historical evidence that sometimes killing the product and it having a definitive certain, shelf life sometimes can increase the value and increase the importance of it because, like I said, let's put an end to the Topps Prism Golds of base cards. There's 10 a year, and there's how many years, Josh? 2012 through let's say there's 12 years or whatever. That's 120. I think the fact that there's only going to be 120 is better than if Panini Prism did golds for another 10 years and now you have 220. That's just me.
I think the parallels that have the same card 50 different ways with the speckle in the background and the circles in the background and the disc.
I don't like that. Yeah.
All those get lost to me, right?
It means nothing to me long term. Yeah.
And they're not numbered. So I think the ones that are going to maintain value are the case hits.
The argument from people is that, well, if they stop making Prism, people are going to forget about Prism and buy whatever's next. They will buy whatever's next. You can be half true and half wrong, but they ain't forgetting about Prism, Josh. Ain't nobody forgetting about Prism. Just like nobody's forgetting about Metal Universe, just like nobody's forgetting about 86 Fleer. It doesn't work that way, Yeah.
Finest basketball is and refractors out of Finest. How many have we covered in this thing? And they haven't made Finest basketball in how many years? So
and there's people that weren't born then that are trying to get them. That's my point. There's people that were not born when 93 Finest, Jordan's first refractor, came out, that are watching this hierarchy project and messaging me and showing me pictures of the 93 Finest that they just bought because of the project or because they're just now getting into Jordan stuff. So the fact that they don't make them anymore, sometimes that's a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Out of sight, out of mind is not necessarily bad for the value of a card. That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the second the Panini football news broke, everybody hoarded Panini football. And it's happening right this second.
Yep. Here we go. All right, let's keep going. We got to knock this out. Let's finish it out. We're already at the hour mark. We got to be efficient. We can do it. I talk a lot, but that's okay. We got it. 1996 Skybox Premium Net Set, 1 in 960 pack odds, hobby. And this is Skybox Premium, so a little bit higher end product. And this is the card right here you're looking at right in front of you. I know I've got this card. I think I've got 2 8s and a 9. Do I have any of them in here? There it is. There's a 9. That's what mine looks like. It is going to pale in comparison to how good yours is going to look in hand. I know that for a fact because this is all about the foil.
Yellow and silver foil. It looks great.
Yes.
The yellow and silver look really good together. I like the stamping in the middle. Michael Jordan in gold at the bottom. Not a crazy background. I don't know if it's a court or basketball at the top, and kind of rays of sun coming down.
It looks like a basketball sign. Yeah.
Silver with yellow. This has yellow with silver. Kind of the opposite effect on each side.
What's the back look like?
Back is actually really nice.
Yeah.
It says net set right in there, just like it does in the front. It's a little hard to read because of the script. But it says net set, 20 card set. Really nice, again, kind of a metallic finish to it.
Very, 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 very low pop in PSA 10.
They look a lot alike, right? I mean, they both have the metallic finish to them and everything else. So
that's give and take. That's give and take you had?
Yeah, the one right before.
Yeah. Different products too. It's weird.
Yeah.
Same year, different products, but they do look a lot alike. You're right about that. All right, 1998 Skybox Molten Metal Fusion. These this might be the toughest, the second toughest pack odds on this page. Third toughest pack odds on this page, Josh. And we're talking about this card right here. This card is actually metallic. If you drop it, it'll go ping, right? It's a metallic card, is it not?
Yeah. Unlike all these that look metallic, this is metal. This is a metal card.
This is actually metallic. Yeah.
Yeah. This is an actual metal card. And it is rounded on all the corners. Not kind of die cut per se, but rounded much more in this corner and this bottom corner than the other two corners. So definitely rounded on all four edges. Great picture of Jordan in the middle, kind of on the, but you can hear it when I, shake it. It's metal. The whole card's metal. It's printed on metal there. It's really a nice card. It's not tough to grade because it's metal. I don't think, unless they all have surface scratches now, the edges obviously will not get banged up on this. So this was not a crazy tough grade, but it is a crazy tough card to pull.
I was going to tell you, what do you think the gem percentage is? The first thing I wanted to look up is because those metal cards, usually they're tanks, man, and they're durable. It's hard to damage them unless, like you said, you scratch the surface. You're usually good, especially with rounded at corners. You're good on corners. Yeah. You're good on edges. It's borderless, so that's going to help a tad on centering probably with PSA. So surface is your primary concern. What do you think the gem rate is? 83 have been graded by PSA, Josh. How many do you think PSA 10s?
83, I would say 7.
42, more than half, Jim.
Geez, so yeah, I was right. I mean, I was guessing. Yeah, I was leaning the other way because you said,
No, you were right. I'm buffering you. Yes, it's like, damn, that is a high gem rate.
They're not hard because they're rounded edges. It's metal. I mean, even plastic cards are more durable than paper cards, but when you're talking about metal cards, it's truly metal.
Tough to damage. We've got this Jordan subset card, the 98 Greats Gold Medallion. That is card number 259G for gold. That is 1 in 275 pack odds. I've said this over and over. I love gold medallions because it's not the base Ultra, which was printed out the wazoo. It's not the platinum medallion, which you're going to need to go sell your car or some of your, refinance your house to go buy. It's right in the sweet spot, Josh. You can get a PSA 10 for a couple $1,000. You can get a PSA 8 for a few $100, maybe less than $100, depending on the card. This one is it's got Bill Winnington in the back. What else could you ask for? It's a little bit less valuable, Josh, because it's a gold medallion parallel of a subset card rather than the actual true base card of Jordan. So I think that kind of takes it down a little bit of a notch in comparison to the other gold medallion stuff, does it not?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit. It's definitely not as nice aesthetically as the other alternatives, but the other gold medallions. But this one, obviously, we did the platinum. It's all silver, right? It's all silver speckle. This one, because it's gold, it is gold. The whole background is kind of a speckled gold color. It looks a little gray, but that is gold. And the whole card's dark, but you'll see it says gold medallion edition right here at the bottom.
What the hell are you doing with an 8.5? Why are you slumming it with people like me?
I've just never had this card in a higher grade and never went back.
Is it a mislabel? Is it supposed to be a 10?
And you know how much I love 0.5. So
PSA mislabeled it.
Right.
Limited access. I didn't know about it. You told me about it. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. When I got towards the end of the Hierarchy project, I got about 11 pages in, and that's when I reached out to you. And I had a lot of friends to choose from, but I chose you because I knew you had a lot of these cards and you were super familiar. And I was like, Josh, I'm worried I'm going to miss something and the hobby is going to slam my ass. So can we please make sure that we, throw a huge cast net out there? And I would rather err on the side of too many cards than not enough cards. And I think between the two of us, Josh, we added 3 pages. We added pages 12, 13, and 14 and moved some cards around and decided we did have to cut some cards. Otherwise it would have been, 16, 17, 18 pages. But this limited access is one of them, Josh. It's the Z-Force insert. Let me get it on screen share. This is it right here. It's almost hot numbers-ish with a bunch of numbers in the background, steals, 2-pointers, rebounds, et cetera, et cetera. It is a 1 in 180 pack odds, so exactly the same pack odds as the Ultra Give and Take, and it is retail, and it is Skybox Z-Force. Do you call it Skybox Z-Force or just Z-Force? What's the right?
It's funny because I have labels that say both. Right?
I think I'm not going to hate on anybody for saying it one way or the other. I like to say Z-Force just because it's easier to get it out, not fewer words.
Alphabetically, when I'm trying to sort my cards, some of them say Skybox Z-Force and some just say Z-Force, and I'm like, do I put it before or after Upper Deck?
Right.
Right. It's tough, but not lenticular, but a good looking card. Really, really fun. Got Jordan with his tongue there. This card is tough to grade. It does chip, and it has a crazy black.
Oh man. So that back is going to be a problem.
But talk about some stats. There's a whole page of stats there.
Old school, Josh. Old school. It's like looking at the back of an Andre Dawson card in 1989.
Right, exactly. So this is I actually really like this card. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot going on for it. Not refractive, not die cut, not numbered, but just a good insert. Z-Force was one of those more premium type products, back in.
And you've just again brandished a nice, beautiful PSA 10 copy. You want to guess how many PSA 10s there are?
I don't know, 10?
5.
5.
Yes. There's only been 65 graded. There's 5 PSA 10s. I worry about these pack odds. I'm telling you, they're right. That's what it says, but. Yeah, if a card's it's a 1 in 180. That's not rare. But 1 in 180, and there's only been 65 cards graded by PSA. I mean, look at this. This is it right here, man. 65 cards have been graded by PSA. 5 PSA 10s, 6 PSA 9s, 19 PSA 8s. That's what you're looking at, man. Those are your options. Of course, you got your BGS over there, but I bet it's not a lot. I bet it's not a lot graded by BGS either. It makes me think the pack odds may be tougher, or maybe because it's retail, kids were ripping it and tossing them.
I think that's more it. I think it was retail, and there's a lot of them sitting out in shoe boxes or gotten thrown away.
Yep, I got thrown away, man. Moms and dads throwing away kids who are now 40 or 50 their cards because it's a big stack of collector's choice and hoops and Z-Force retail, and they're gone, never to be seen again. Oh my God, it gives me anxiety thinking about it. All right, next we've got one. I love this card. This is the Flair Hardwood Leader. There's 2 years of Hardwood Leader. This one we're talking about is in 1995. So this is the original, I believe. It's easy pull. 1 in 27 Series 1 packs. Really easy to pull. I'm going to show you this one. I don't like this one as much as the I think it's the 96 is the one with the lightning, right? The red lightning in the background.
Yeah.
I think. This is the 95, still a great looking card. You got the key in the background that's color matched to Jordan's jersey. If you look real close down here at the bottom, you can see in gold foil Michael Jordan's in script. It's got the Bulls logo down here faintly in gold script as well. Hardwood Leader running top to bottom along the card. And then, of course, the fancy, elegant F, cursive F for 95, 96 Flair. And then on the back, you got a sticky finger pose almost, with Jordan on the background getting down in the defensive position. Not hard at all to find. This PSA 8, honestly, I'm not joking. This is probably a $15 card, maybe $20 or something like that.
Yeah, and there's three years of this, 95, 96, and 97.
Okay.
So this is the 96. Remember this guy?
There it is. Yeah.
That's what
the 97 is the one that's just eye-popping.
And then 97 is this guy.
There it is. There it is. That's the one. That's the one I chose. I remember when we did the episode, I was like, that's the best looking card on this page. I realize it's not the one I'm supposed to choose, but just aesthetics, it's gorgeous, man. It's a beautiful
3
card.
years of Hardwood Leaders.
3 years of Hardwood Leaders. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what that means. You know what's happening with this hamster cage up here is I'm thinking,
really easy card to get, though.
I got to go get these 3 cards and then post a picture on Instagram. That's a set. And you know how set collectors' brains work is when you tell me there's 3 of them, that becomes a set, not a pair. That's a set. And now I got to go get all 3 in PSA 10 and then take a picture of it. Damn it. Okay. Well, that's coming. We know that's coming at some point. All right. We're down to the last card. It's not the sexiest thing in the world. But it matters. And like every other Fleer sticker, it's 1 in 11. It's real simple. Fleer sticker insert sets are 11 stickers, and it's 1 per pack. Therefore, it is 1 in 11 pack odds. But here's what they don't tell you. They intentionally centered these like shit over and over year after year. So you can't get a PSA 10. The most common insert in the universe is the most impossible insert to gem every year after year. It's ridiculous.
And it's real easy to tell with those white.
Just impossible. You can't hide it. It's every single one. And I opened a box of this stuff the other day, and I was like, "You got to be freaking kidding me!" I was like, "There's not one." It's like 36 packs. I was like, "There's not one sticker I can grade of any player. They're all like this at best. Sometimes they're worse than this." And here's the sneaky thing, Josh: the top to bottom centering is horrific. Also, it's just as bad. In the lesson that I learned, let me see if I have one of these in my vault because it's real easy to show you in a 2D. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, I know the left and right issues. I didn't know about top and bottom.
Okay, well, let me show you what I mean. Okay, this is a perfect example. Look down at the bottom. You see how it looks like the stars are off, like they're just like oops, they're like oops, like this. Yeah. Here's the issue: it's so off center, top heavy to bottom. Bottom heavy to top that the card has been pulled up. And the stars that you see on the bottom, it's supposed to be the top of the next card on the sheet.
Yeah.
It didn't even get close. And so when you see the stars are not connecting on the bottom, that means it's violently off center, top to bottom. And this one is also quite obviously off center, left to right, which is why it is a PSA 8, my friend. And it's also why
there is a centered copy for you, just so you can see a nice centered one.
That's preposterously vicious right there.
Top and bottom, left and right. That one's it's a tough grade. This card, it's so easy to find, but it is very hard to find centered. So
okay, here we go. And this is our lesson. This is the perfect card to teach this lesson. You want to collect Michael Jordan cards on a budget? You can. And let me show you how. Here's your 1989 Fleer sticker. Pop 4,218 in a PSA 8. Last sold $21. The thing has sold for $9.95 at some point in the last 2 years. Okay. In the last 6 months, the average sale price is $25. It costs $19 to grade with shipping and insurance. It's $22 to get a card, right? So you're basically, it's the cost of grading. You get it. The card's worth $1, whatever. The PSA 9, it starts to matter a little bit more. $121, about the same as a base PSA 10 card. $1,495, not rare at all. Okay, still more rare than a Zion Silver Prism PSA 10, but nevertheless. So you can collect on that budget. You can be a 3-figure collector in the Jordan market, 100, 200. Sometimes you push the 250 mark. You can collect tons of Jordans that way. If you want the PSA 10, right? If you want to stand apart, if you want to be the next Josh Dawson, it's a $4,532 card. Last and sold for $44.44, Josh. That right there is an example of grading scarcity, not manufactured scarcity, because 17,000 have been graded. That is grading scarcity. There are 84 PSA 10s in the world. And look at that gem rate, Josh, 0.58%.
Yeah.
That card right there teaches a great story about the many different ways there are out there to collect Michael Jordan cards, and it's a great card to end on. On this page, talk to me. Which card matters the most to you? Which card do you think is the most meaningful card on the page? We're going to talk about aesthetics in a second, but which card on here do you think is the most meaningful?
For me?
No, I mean, just generally speaking, like the biggest card.
The biggest card?
You think it's the Aerodynamics?
Aerodynamics, rarity-wise, yes. I like the private player issue. honestly. I think that card for me, and it's a little bit of a a personal thing, but I know that card is tough to find. It was really hard to find the high grade. It was one that I love the image of. So for me, that's one of the tougher cards to get here. The Statliner is the other one that, because of the cut, I think it's a
10. It's tough. It's real tough.
It's a great card. The not my favorite aesthetically for either one of those two, but I think those are really nice examples on this page. Obviously, the Aerodynamics has the rarity, hands down.
Yeah, hands down. It's the only serial number card that we looked at, right? Yeah. All the rest of them were pack inserted, and some of them we did not know the pack odds, and some of them were asking for help, and some of them were miserable, and we had to guess and make up stuff. So it is what it is. Aesthetically, Josh, on this page, any one or two cards stand out to you head and shoulders above all the others aesthetically?
I think they're right in a row for me. Obviously, this guy, right? This is the Holo Fame Awesome is aesthetically amazing. And the one right below it, even though I don't own it, the Holo Jam is aesthetically a great card in hand. I know we didn't get to show it off, but it's a great looking card.
Aesthetically for me, I think I'm going with the triple double, man. The 3D standouts, triple double. Another one. It's great, and I don't own it, or I don't think I own it. If I do, it's a PSA 8. I don't own a high grade copy of that card, but I need to put that in my collection ASAP. That one kind of to me, and then I do like the Statliners aesthetically. I do like that. I like that it's a die cut. It's the only die cut that we've looked at on this page. I guess the molten metal explosion is technically die cut as well with the rounded corners, but I like that Statliners. I did not know about it. You put me onto that. I did go ahead and pick up the PSA 8 copy, but I do need to pick up a high grade copy at some point. So those are the two that kind of stand out to me. As far as a card that I think, all four criteria, if you were asking me to use the four criteria, demand, aesthetics, value, and scarcity, to choose a card on here that I think, if somebody said, what's the most meaningful card? What's the best card for me to put in my collection? I think it's the net set. I think it's got tough enough pack odds. I think it's condition sensitive enough. I think the PSA 10 is preposterously rare enough. I like the fact that it's gold foil everywhere. I would probably put the net set up there. And probably I would put that up there with the player's private issue, like you said.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to pick. Like if I had to pick one to bump to tier 3.
Yeah, that's it. That's the question we've been asking. Yeah. Yeah, those are the two that have a good argument to bump to tier 3, in my opinion. All four, criteria considered. So that's it, Josh. That's it. We've got two more episodes to go. Let us know in the comments if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any observations, if you guys have any idea as we approach the end of the hierarchy project and we get towards the end. When Josh and I finish all 14 pages of 27 cards, 300 plus cards, it's not going to end there. We're definitely doing some kind of grand finale at the end, Josh, where we'll answer questions, or maybe we can try to do a live. I don't know how to do that. I'm too old, but I could figure out how to do a live on here, and we can have people kind of ask questions and we can read them as we're doing it. All we got to do is announce it. I think there'd be plenty of engagement and plenty of interest in that, Josh. So I might look into that. But if anybody's got any comments about ideas of ways that we can bring this thing to an end and culminate this and finish this up and tie a bow on it, please let me know in the comments, or if you're uncomfortable commenting, just message me on Instagram. I'm easy to find, Cajun Cardboard. I'm not hiding anywhere. I'm very available and easy to communicate with. Josh, anything else before we roll out? We got 2 more of these to go, man. We got 54 cards left, bro.
No, I like this sheet. It's not the flashiest. It's definitely not the most colorful, but there's some big cards in here that sneak into page 12, which is crazy, and I think it's going to continue in the last 2 pages. So
it's true. Yeah. These are the types of cards where you got to make decisions. Do you want to hold out and wait for the PSA 10? You could be waiting a while, or do you want to just go ahead and pick up the PSA 7, PSA 8 placeholder, the raw card, run it up the flagpole with PSA or BGS? Do you want to kind of pick up the placeholder? It just depends on how you want to collect Jordan stuff and what your focus is. Some idiots out there like me will collect it PSA 10 and PSA 8, Josh. and that way I've got no excuse not to have the cards.
That's right.
It's the expensive version. It's the 2023 method where everything is really expensive, and it's also it's slow. But anyway, thanks, Josh. Thanks again for joining. We'll communicate and touch base. We're going to try to get about 2 of these videos out a week. I just filmed another video this morning with the great Andy Albert, Indy B-Ball Card Exchange, who shared some of the Jordan cards in his collection, and we talked a lot about how he collects Jordan cards and some of his stories about collecting Jordan. He also, like you, Josh, didn't take any breaks. And so that's 2 people that I've had on the channel today that I'm jealous of both, because I took 20 years off in the hobby, 2 separate 10-year decades. I wish I'd have bought Jordans during those decades, but I didn't. So some great stuff coming up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications so you know when the next Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy project comes out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I've never asked this, but I need to start asking because apparently it's important, Josh. I don't ever hit the like button when I watch a video, even if I love it. I never hit it. I don't think about it. It's not that I don't like it. It's I never think about it. Hitting the like button actually helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Don't ask me to explain what that is. I just know it's important about growing the channel. So if you do like the videos, do me a favor and hit the like button. Do Josh a favor and hit the like button. And we're accessible and easy to find. And so message us if you have anything that comes up or you want to sell us any tier 1 cards at a discount. That's it. Is that fair, Josh?
That's fair. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.